growing up, also, it was basically my Disneyland. Because you would go, it's actually better than Disneyland because things are
Yeah.
actually good value there. And you get free samples.
Hey, you. Come on in and grab a seat on the couch. This is The Wind Down, an after-interview hangout to debrief with guests and maybe do a lightning round of fun questions. Let's jump in. Willy, how did that feel? How did the interview feel for you?
It was fine. I feel like I definitely could have worded things better. Because I feel like a lot of these like stories and memories and feelings, it's just not something I think about very often. So a lot of times when you ask me these questions, it's like, oh, yeah, like this happened. I think a lot of these things are kind of fuzzy for me. That's why I'm not able to articulate my thoughts that well. If these were topics, like science topics and tech topics, I can literally just talk forever, right? Like,
but these are like about you.
When it comes to culture things, I know.
And it's like childhood stuff, right?
It's way harder.
So it's been a while. It's not stuff you think about every day. So that's fair. That's totally fair. What do you think you'll remember most from this conversation?
There wasn't maybe like one moment, but more so like the whole experience was, like I said, right? Like I haven't thought about a lot of this stuff before or in a while. And so I think it gave me a chance to kind of think over my life, right? Because it's not something I reflect on very often, right? But it's good to reflect on, I think, because it's about myself and understanding myself in this place called America. It's more of a reflection thing, I think, that I probably got out from it. Realizing where the gaps are also for myself and seeing if there might be future exploration areas with my parents for probing.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's kind of bringing out things you don't usually reflect about. I think that's like a nice externality from the show, because these aren't things we like think about or talk about every day, especially as adults. And especially if you're not like, you're working in like STEM, right? So it's not.
That's my world, basically, right? Like it's all I think about, like
STEM
80% of the time. Yeah. And work feels like life right now. It's kind of bad, right? Like people say you should have work-life balance. Right now, it just feels like my work is my life. That's where I'm at.
And it feels like it's too much?
No, I like what I'm doing, right? I feel like I'm learning a lot of skills. I think that's the biggest part is I'm learning a lot of skills. I may have not been able to say that maybe a year ago, but I think with this coding stuff, I'm getting more involved in just like the actual building and tools, and I'm having a lot of fun with that.
If you enjoy it, then maybe it's not bad that it's not work-life balance and that work is life.
I think so. But I think it is getting unhealthy, right? Like at a certain point, like when I'm staying up till 5 a.m., it's not for work, right? Necessarily. It's like for a project that I think could be applicable to work, like imaging processing pipelines and visualization tools. So I don't know. It's like staying up until 5 is not like healthy.
It's not healthy.
That is the other thing.
I remember I think you mentioned that you have a white uncle and that he probably would come up in our conversation, and he didn't really. So is there anything you want to add about him?
Yeah. And actually I should clarify. I have two white uncles, but specifically my white uncle on the East Coast, he has a pretty big family, right? A lot of kids. And I think my mom saw that as they were growing up. And so a lot of the extracurriculars and things that they would do, things like swimming, right? Like a lot of their kids went through swimming, and the boys went through Boy Scouts, right? And they like played musical instruments, right? And so I think my mom saw that and basically copied their
in raising you.
Right, because I also did swimming growing up. I also did Boy Scouts growing up, music, right? And so I did a lot of those things growing up. Similarly, interesting story. I initially started with piano, then I learned the violin, and actually all like these instruments, I learned them all with one teacher. He used to be actually a physician who was like, I'm going to music. It's such a cool story. But anyways, so basically he would do these group lessons at this private school. And the only way I was able to get in is because my mom had a friend whose kid was in this private school. And so I would just go after school and join in on these really cheap group lessons. Like because they're group lessons, it was a lot more affordable, right? And I think the vibe is a lot more, it's more welcoming, I think, because it's not like one-on-one. So it's a lot of pressure type of thing. And so that was great. So I learned violin. He played a bunch of other instruments too. So I basically learned some other things like guitar, cello, saxophone.
Whoa.
think that's it. Yeah, and I just kind of picked them up one after the other, and just like, it's cool.
Wow.
And he had like this orchestra, so we got to play an orchestra. It was really fun.
So the influence of your uncle was kind of what led to.
It definitely seeped into a lot of the things that I did, right? And so my mom had a very good like template, right? Like even though like, the things I mentioned previously, like maybe like knowing what different professions are out there or the right, majors to choose, like they may not know like the college experience, right? But they still had people that they could see who kind of knew the American system a little better and things that you can do in America. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a cool guy. That cool guy is definitely underselling it. I think he's definitely he's a really good role model, I think. He tries to do the right thing. He has a big family, and I know it's pretty tough for him going through med school, having a lot of kids at the same time too. Yeah, so he's a primary care doctor. He got his med school through the Air Force, so he was also serving. Someone that I can look up to, and I think he has a life that seems really nice.
Willy, thanks for being on to talk about stuff that you don't usually think about. Because I wasn't like, oh, let me interview you about STEM. So, it takes courage to be like, oh, let me kind of do this thing that's out of my comfort zone. So I really appreciate it. Okay, let's wrap up with the lightning round of favorites / recommendations. But really, if favorites feels like too much pressure, sometimes guess like just whatever first pops into your mind. Okay?
Okay. I'll try. I'm usually really bad at this.
How can it be bad? It's just whatever pops into your mind. There's like no judgment.
I'm going to get judged. It's okay.
I think you're only going to get judged by yourself.
Let's go. I probably am.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song or first song that pops into your mind? Don't overthink it. You are overthinking it. Okay, what is the last? Okay, on Spotify, what is top on your liked songs right now? What's your top liked song? Yes.
Oh no, oh gosh, it's like an anime OST, like the original soundtrack.
Okay, what song is it?
I don't know. I think it's from Naruto. It's like season 2 of Naruto opening.
Okay, favorite.
I'm definitely getting judged for that one.
Okay, favorite show.
Ooh.
Currently. Or in the past.
Breaking Bad.
Good one. Science.
Chemistry. Yes.
Why do you like it?
It's definitely one of those thrillers that I just like. Is it really a thriller? I don't know. But I think at the time, also everyone else around me was watching it. It has a very good hook, right? From the start. Like chemistry teacher turned, rogue, right? And there's some chemistry involved, which I think that was also like the touches of chemistry was definitely what kept me into it too.
Favorite movie or first movie that popped into your mind?
This one's pretty basic, but Christopher Nolan movies, any of them. But I think most recently the Oppenheimer movie was really good.
So it's like a science biopic. Very, very on brand, Willy. Okay. Favorite book?
Oh, I do have something that comes to mind, actually. And it's because I don't read a lot of books, so this one's easy. When Breath Becomes Air. I don't know if you've read that one. It's by a surgeon. His name is Atul Gawande. I believe he's a brain surgeon, but he ends up with brain cancer. And so he talks about his experience as not only being the physician, but also being the patient, right? And just that experience from both sides. And yeah, this was one of those books that was so good that I basically had to finish like that night.
Favorite place? You can pick 2. One in the US, one in South Korea, and if you want to add one more, you can. Anywhere else.
Favorite place? Like
you
like
interpret
city?
however you want. It's your brain.
More specific? Favorite place? Oh, that's easy actually. Costco. I love Costco. I was thinking about it and I was like, and growing up also, it was basically my Disneyland. Because you would go, it's actually better than Disneyland because things are actually good value there. And you get free samples. You never get that at Disneyland.
I used to not get it, but now I love it. It's kind of like a modern day Medina where it's just like, it's great people watching. You get a snack on things and like, there's like all these things to discover. Yes.
Which is awesome, right? Because you see, and that's how they get you, obviously, right? Because they're like, you end up getting a lot more things than you like went for, but it is a fun experience, I think. Seeing new things and trying new things.
Favorite place in South Korea?
Oh, also easy. Any of the 시장s, like the markets. So there's like Dongdaemun 시장. I think that's, there's a couple of these, right? Throughout, and they're really big markets. It's basically street market style. So, people just out there making food in front of you. People just selling fresh produce.
Is it like night market
meats,
or
fish,
like all time of day?
Prepared foods.
All times of day.
It's all time of the day. Yeah. And actually they usually some close at night. So it's more of like a day. It's actually like an all day thing. So just like, like street food, right? Like tteokbokki, odeng, it's all you can go basically anywhere and you'll find food. So if you're hungry, there's no problem. And it's cheap. That's also the great part.
Favorite nostalgic food? Or since I know you like food, maybe this will make it easier. Okay. If you had to have like a last dinner, last supper, whatever, last meal, what would be in your last meal? If that's easier, you can choose a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Gut reaction, friend. Gut reactions.
I'd love pizza. Undeniably.
So pizza would be there. What kind of pizza?
I like a good combo. They got to bring the Costco combo pizza back. I'm honestly, I'm so bummed that they don't have that back yet. So maybe a Costco pizza and like a good smoothie. And I love potatoes. So maybe the best potatoes I've ever had, some kind of mashed potato or roasted potatoes.
This is fascinating because you talk a lot about how like you really love Korean food, but all these things you're mentioning are not sounding like Korean food. It sounds like American food, like an American junk food specifically, except potatoes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I just gave the worst like food options ever.
No judgment.
But I'm dying, right? This is the line. This is my last meal, right? So
doesn't matter. Health doesn't matter. It just has to be.
It won't matter.
Find it so delicious.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Willy, thanks again. And that's the wind down. Thanks for hanging out with us in this casual space. I'll be doing more of these after certain interviews, so keep an ear out. And let me know what you think of these bonus episodes. This is Jess, signing off.